How to know if your lender is setting you up for success as you move through the pre-qualification process. Just imagine you've reached out to a lender and they issued you a pre-qualification letter, and you get out and you start shopping for the house and you find the one and you're so excited. But all of a sudden, in the middle of that process, your lender calls you and tells you you don't qualify. It's a heartbreak. I know, it's awful. Now let's be real. There are some things that happen during the home loan process that is out of the control of the lenders. Loss of job or change in pay structure, or imagine this, people actually quit their job in the middle of the home loan process. Yeah, that's going to impact the pre-approval. However, there are things that lenders can do up front that will help for a smoother process and set you up for success to get your keys on your closing date. Now, here's how the process should go. You're going to contact the lender. You might talk to a few lenders, decide who you feel that connection with and who you feel has the knowledge that's asking you the right questions to help you put together a financing strategy that helps you to achieve your goals. That's really important here. It's not one size fits all when it comes to lending. After you've had that conversation, the lender will likely have you complete a home loan application. Now that can be done online or it can be done over the phone with the lender. Whatever you're comfortable with, during that process you're going to have some details to share. And that's going to be a 2-year employment history. It's going to be a 2-year address history. So where have you lived? Are you paying rent? How much rent are you paying? Those types of things. And it's going to be your income in addition to your assets. Those are primarily the things that are going to go and come together to really drive a valid pre-qualification or pre-approval letter. The second part of this, and this is where I see the wheels come off the bus, is that not all lenders request your documentation up front in that pre-approval stage. And I would just share with you, after having helped thousands of people through this process, it is so imperative that the lender get your documentation up front before you get out and start shopping, because the devil is in the details. It's that documentation that's going to make or break or lead you to success or not, because when a lender's reviewing it, they're going to see things that ultimately will come up. So if we can see it up front, then we can strategize around it. We can give you honest advice about, hey, this is a deal breaker and here's why when it comes to the lending guidelines. That documentation is so key. And I know it's not easy. Yeah, the lender's going to ask you for 30 days of pay stubs. They're going to ask you for either access to connect to your bank accounts to get those statements or to upload those statements, your investment account statements, potentially your tax return, 1 year or 2 years. I get it. It's a lot of documentation, but doing the work up front really will set you up for success. The second piece of a successful home loan closing is going to be
get the numbers. So you've completed your application, your credit has been pulled, you provided your documentation, the lender has discussed a strategy,
and making sure that you are pre-qualified and coming back and communicating to you, hey, based on your wants and your needs, based on your ideal monthly payment, or here's the maximum you can qualify for based on your particular situation. At that point, you gotta know the numbers. Especially today with where interest rates are. How does that impact your payment, and are you comfortable with it? There are many lenders out there that won't talk payment with you during the pre-approval stage. They just give you the letter and you get out there and you start shopping. But then you find a perfect house and you're all excited, and then you look at the payment and you freak out because you're like, what? That's not what I thought. Very important to know the numbers and have that education and that tool and that comfort and that security and that empowerment that you need before you get in the car and get out and start shopping for houses. Once you do that, it really is going to lead you to a successful close of escrow. And lastly, if there's anything that changes in your employment or personal situation, whether that is receiving of alimony or child support or separate maintenance, or you've lost a job, or your income is changing on your job, or you're thinking that there's another opportunity that you want to seize on when it comes to employment, all of that stuff, stop and just talk to your lender before you take action, because it could impact your home loan pre-qualification and getting you to the close of escrow. If you work variable hours, this is a really big deal right now. Variable hours in the home loan guidelines just don't mesh. And here's why. If you work variable hours, meaning maybe one week it's 36 hours, maybe another week it's 38 hours, maybe another week it's 35 hours, maybe another week it's 40 hours, and then you have a few weeks of 40 hours, but then you go back down to 38. The way that lenders have to calculate your income is going to be averaged, which could impact the usable income for the home loan, which could impact your ability to qualify for a particular price point. So much goes into this process. The first step of the home buying journey is to get pre-approved with a lender, and this step is critical because it truly can make the difference between your dreams coming true and it slipping through your fingers due to an oversight. If you're interested in starting the home loan buying process, click the link below to schedule your personalized consultation with a KellyZitlowGroup mortgage advisor and feel confident in our processes and procedures. Yeah, we're gonna ask you for some stuff, a whole lot of it, but we're gonna get you to the finish line.